Okay, I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm working with. I got my water over here. I've got my chalk pastels, okay? And I'm working with just kind of putting a wash of just some basic fleshy kind of tones because I have my fingers like this around my eye. I'm probably gonna do my eye with maybe some acrylic paints and maybe put a little gloss on it or something to make my eyeball look shiny. But I guess I wanted to show you just how to use that method that she was talking about in the video, you know, towards our own goal or end. I'm taking some paper towel just to kind of clean off a little bit of these because of course they've been bouncing around inside of the bag and they're kind of infecting each other a bit. And I'm looking off of my resource picture so I can kind of have, here's some of the area of my flesh as my finger starts to turn and curve. I know I've got some of this peachy color happening in here, but also I've got deeper shadows with some of my oranges and my browns in these areas too. I'm gonna leave that, some of it get a little bit lighter. This is sort of a deep shadowed area. I got some essence of browns to put in here where the things get a little bit darker. And again, this is just gonna be kind of like, you know, a base for me to do more with, right? I can then put colored pencils and enhance with some of this if I want to. I can then come along with some acrylic. I could come in with more pastel, rich on top of it. I could put some inking on if I wanted to with maybe some, a fine brush and some thinned out, you know, acrylic. So I'm gonna start up here with the lighter values. I normally work my way to my darks, right? And it's just as important to kind of follow your brush strokes. I'm using this to kind of get rid of some of the excess water if I feel I've got too much on there. So I'm following the directional ways, right? It would be going toward this direction. So I just kind of wanted to show you how I would be working with some of this stuff. And if you're like, woo, that got too rich in color, then you can always dry off the brush a little bit and it soaks some of that back up, right? Again, mine's kind of pooling a little bit right here. I'm gonna kind of follow my directional stuff here. All right, add a little bit more because I got a coverage up here to get. Again, I'm kind of following the direction of the curve or the squish of my finger right now. You would be following, you know, curves of face or cheek areas or eyes, whatever's kind of going on in those locations. And again, it's a sort of a nice quick coverage for sort of a base to get you going with. And again, you can build like she did with her flowers to get more later, or with more of the chalk pastel, or again, other materials that can layer on top of this. Oil pastels, you name it. You can kind of play with it, but it kind of gets you a quick base down that then we can kind of build and enhance with. So I just wanted to show you kind of how I'm approaching it. Not that you have to mimic that, but this is just sort of one way to kind of utilize this material.